what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day, solo game day here at Heavy Cardboard. Today, we're busting out Twilight Inscription. For those that don't know, Twilight Imperium, kind of a big deal by Fantasy Flight, and I finally got a chance to play it 3 months ago, I think it was, or so. We played it 5 or 6 players. We played a game of TI4, Twilight Imperium 4. Took 8-9 hours or so, and it was a cool experience. It's not a game that I'm ever going to be like, ooh, I can't wait to play again. But it was a cool experience to finally get what that is. Bring along Twilight Inscription, designed by James Niffen and published by Fantasy Flight Games. And Twilight Inscription is Twilight Imperium, the roll-and-write. Now, when I heard it's a roll-and-write and Twilight Imperium, like, those two things didn't quite jive, because roll-and-write, short, thinky filler, traditionally. Twilight Imperium, 8-9 hour game. Okay. Didn't know what to expect. And we sat down to play it and set it up, and, well, you'll see. You'll see. And I'm curious what your initial reaction is if you haven't seen the game before. This is not your typical roll-and-write. It's when we played it, it was about 100 minutes or so, so a little over an hour and a half when we played it 4-player this originally, which really isn't bad considering when you see it, but it's a lot more involved than your typical roll-and-write. Is it Twilight Imperium? No, it's a roll-and-write. So, you know, keep that in mind. But it's a pretty cool experience. Having come from having experienced TI4, it doesn't give the same feel, maybe a little bit truncated. Y'all make your own decisions today. But anyway, that's what we got today. I'm all set up, ready to go. So without further ado, assuming y'all are ready, like, subscribe, consider supporting the Patreon down there if you are so inclined. But welcome to One Player TI4. This is my player area. Well, I guess, and technically, there. Okay. I'm going to come at this assuming y'all don't know Twilight Imperium. Okay, so Twilight Inscription, I think I messed that up. This is my player area here. This is to track the AI. Now, I'm not playing against the AI per se. I'm more or less playing against a can I beat a score type game. And over here in the bottom right on the back, oh, ooh, that's a little, there we go. The back of the, let's try this. Let's see if this works a little bit better. Hey, there we go. That works. So we're playing the medium one, so we have to score at least 60 points. I came nowhere near that in a 4-player game, so judge accordingly. Okay, all right. The AI, we are competing against for voting and for wars. But outside of that, it's more or less we're just trying to score points. Okay? Yeah, I kind of like what Jess says. I thought it was a joke as well. It's like, you know, the campaign for North Africa, the roll-and-write. Like, yeah, I didn't expect it, but it actually made a pretty interesting game. Okay, my player area here. We have the 6 dice, the roll part, and we have markers. These are not your typical markers. These are orange, and they don't clean up super great, so you will need a paper towel or something afterwards to clean up all your boards, so keep that in mind. But it works well. They're almost paint-like, but not really. All right, we have the event deck. The event deck is not quite predetermined. Here are the Era 1 cards. The dark one is always there, and then it could be either of those, and these are random. And they're just seated here, alternating all the way down. The game will end in one of, I believe it's one of either that blue or that blue. Yeah. So the game will end in 23 or 25 or 21 and 23 rounds. Okay? So that is the timer of the game. And that sounds super long, but it's really not. We only take like 12 or 13 turns in the given game. There are, I believe, 24 different factions here. We're going to shuffle those up and deal ourselves 3. We are the speaker, because it doesn't change. And each of the 4 boards will come into play. On a given turn, I am going to activate, I'm going to choose, we, I guess, are going to choose one of the 4 boards in which to be able to play on. The navigation board, which is going to unlock certain things. The expansion board, which if we've unlocked planets, we will then be able to mark off some of these to get resources and other stuff. The industry board is arguably the most complex board, and it's not terribly complex. This is more or less get resources. And then the warfare board is to be able to compete against the AI for wars that will happen every era. Okay? So there we go. Now, the dark cards, when they come up, not in the first era, will be either political or war based. So we'll either be voting, which are those decks of cards there, or we will be competing against the AI's war values. But honestly, I think I'm going to explain everything as I choose the different boards. That's probably the easiest way to do it. There are a number of icons in this game, as y'all can see right there. However, the good news is it's all pretty simple. It really is, believe it or not, once you get going. So, with that said, our goal is 60 points, I said? 60. So choose, are we going to win or lose? It's not against the AI, just simply win or lose. Over under Glory to Rome's 3.5. I expect them to be meaningful. Oh, I did not speak about this stuff up here, really. So Mercantile Rex, whenever we discover, or if the AI discovers, whoever discovers it first will write their name at the top, get some number of victory points, some number of votes. Whoever gets their second gets that. But we have to discover it, and we're starting here at home. Okay? These are objectives. The objectives, pretty simple. Whoever gets them first gets the higher point value. Whoever gets their second gets the second lower value. If you get them on the same turn, friendly ties. Yay. There is one for each of the boards, and there are 3 different levels. And by levels, I mean there's a 3-point, a 4-point, and a 5-point card for the when you're second. And so the 9s are going to be the harder ones, the 7s are the medium, and the 5s are the easy. Those were just randomly chosen. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and shuffle up the 24 factions. I don't know the lore. I don't know the history. I don't know any of this stuff. All right? But we're going to shuffle them up, and y'all are going to choose. Okay? So and we'll give it one good riffle shuffle. By the way, thanks to Alyssa this is her copy of the game. This is not something I would have ever really been on my radar, honestly. So thanks to her both for introducing me in the group to TI4 as well as this one. So here we go. We will cut it right there, and we will deal 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so these 21 out of the game. Boom, never to be seen again. Throw them in a little baggie, make my life easier when we're done streaming. All right, get the box out of the way. Oh, also, there's a play as you learn, which is kind of what we're going to be doing anyways here. So that's kind of cool if you want, or there's the regular rule book. The gameplay is mostly the same between solo and 2 or more players. And you can play against the AI here, even in a 2-player game. So you could, that's kind of cool, right? But there are some different things for the different events. So, I mean, I feel like the Emirates of Hakan, I mean, that's who's the main picture on the TI4 box. That seems like a pretty good choice. We have the Winu, and we have the Federation of Seoul. Now, I assume y'all are going to want to see, like, why do these matter? All right, so the Federation of Seoul, here, we'll do them actually kind of like that so y'all can see them. All right, what do we got? Emirates of Hakan. Masters of Trade setup. We get to claim 2 trade goods, which are 2 wild resources. Okay. The first trade good you spend each round can be spent as double instead of 1. All right, that's cool. So that's just an ongoing thing that we have. Okay. And then whenever we get the faction resource there, we can then activate this, which is on industry, which is this board right here. Claim any 2 spaces that contain a commodity, but not a double commodity. Any 2. That's pretty cool, actually. If we're going to go industry heavy, that makes a lot of sense. All right, Federation of Soul. Okay, what do we got here? Your sheets are linked as shown. Okay. After the dice are rolled, choose to either keep the same sheet active or make its linked sheet active. Oh, because normally before you roll the dice, you have to choose. Okay. If you switch, you cannot resolve the per active technologies. That's less exciting. I got to be honest. I'm leaning more towards that so far. But whenever you get a faction icon, spend one material on each sheet. Cool, but meh. All right, and then we have the Winu, Blood Ties. When you claim a, oh hell, that's a vote asset. It essentially counts as a vote, so let's just call it vote. There's another term, but cross out the sheet. I'm sorry, cross out the next commodity in your industry chart of a type that you've crossed out the fewest of. When you claim Mercantile Rex, notice it doesn't say if, but when. I never got close last game. But anyway, when you claim Mercantile Rex, gain a strength in all wars. All right. And the Lazax gatefolding, if you've claimed Mercantile Rex, spend 3 influence on any sheet. Otherwise, spend 4 material on navigation. I mean, Trade Lions? I'm inclined to agree with you, Jason. Let's go Trade Lions, since you're the only one that spoke up. Can't spell Winu without win. Fair enough, but we're going Trade Lions. Okay. So that means this board is going to be rather important to us. Okay, so there's that. All right, so I'm ready to begin. Hopefully y'all are, and we'll go ahead and do this. So first things first, my bad, wrong one. There we go. We're going to go ahead and flip round 1, or the first card. All right, Fledgling Empire. So it tells you exactly what to do. Choose the inactive sheet and spend this card's resources. Right here, we have 2 influence. Okay, that's what the little cubes are. So blue, if you will. All right. You'll see that. See how there's kind of red, blue, and green. Technically, it's kind of a pink, but we'll call it red. Red, blue, green. So we got 2 blue resources, which are influence. Choose an active sheet and spend those 2 resources. Then the speaker, aka me always, because it'd be hard for the AI to roll them, but we roll the dice, then spend dice resources. Okay, we'll do this step by step. Before we do that, though, you'll notice we have 3 black dice and we have 3 focus dice. Black dice we get to use as players. The AI will never use those. So we always get to use these. Then the AI always uses these up on their board there. And I may use those once they've been unlocked on a given board. So it's possible that I've unlocked, say, the blue die on, I don't know, the navigation board, but not on any of the others. So when I roll, if I'm using the navigation, then I can use the blue die. Otherwise, I can only use those, plus whatever may be on the card itself. That makes sense? Okay, cool. All right. I need to claim 2 trade goods to start with. Thank you. Who was that? A moment, because I want to give credit. A moment. Kim Chanhyuk? I'm probably butchering that. I apologize, but that's the best I got. So thank you for the reminder. So 2 trade goods. So let's go ahead and head over to the industry board. Take a look. Welcome to our industry board. Now, we start with, you'll notice, no trade goods down here. So we're going to go ahead. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, cool. We have gotten ours. And the first one that we spend each round can be 2 resources of a given type as opposed to 1. So yay. Thank you for that. Okay, Kim. All right, thank you. All right, so we have 2. Now we need to choose a board. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these a little bit more, since that'll kind of help y'all. Navigation. We have our home circled and we have lines or hyper routes, I believe they're called, already started. Those are printed on there, so like I don't need, yeah. All right. Oh, also, I guess I should point out, there is an A and B side. The B side is identical for all players. The A side is asymmetric, but it does recommend having the same number if you're going to use the A side. I figure this is the first time playing it, we'll just use the B sides, which are the generic sides. Okay, so the blue icons, if we choose the navigation board, says I can claim 1 explored system. So explored means you've reached it, and then we get to circle it. There are 2 types of circle, 2 sizes. There is a small system and a large system, but unless it's specific to claim a small system, claim a large system, then you can choose either or. Right, and there's a dot and a dash. A dot means you immediately get, and a dash means you can get it sometime in the future, and when you do, cross it out to show that it's been used. Okay, easy enough. So we could claim 2 of those 3 circles. All right, so looking at it in detail a little bit, that is getting us 1 planet. We're going to need those planets when we talk about the expansion board. Oh shoot, what is that? It's one of the resources that's available to us. And then the red resource, if you will, and then 2 victory points, which points are great. We need 60 of them, but early, not so great. So we would need to do this before we head over to the expansion board. Why? Because there are 6 planets that we can explore, but we can't mark anything over on them until we've explored them, aka circled these planets and then chosen. We don't have to do them in any order. So this one we're clearly not going to choose because, well, we need to navigate before we can do expansion. Industry, briefly. You'll notice that there is a bunch of resources out here for income during production, which will be marked off down here on this part. We have the center spot that is printed with a crossed out. Depending on the type of resources that we have here, we can either scrap or claim unmarked spaces. The rules here are you can scrap an unmarked space adjacent to any marked. Marked meaning circled, we've claimed, or scrapped. So here we could claim, we could scrap any of those 3 spots if we had those type of materials. Resources, which happen to be materials. We can claim with either of those 2 resources only adjacent to scrap spaces. So it just so happens we can claim those because it's adjacent to a scrap space. So that is viable. We have 2 of those. We could claim 2 of those, which we then would mark off 2 of these, which would get us another trade good every income. That's actually not a terrible idea. So this pretty solid option for our first turn. Then we have the warfare board. Warfare works that we start at this bottom orange line right down here. Then we have to fill in nodes based on the size and shape of the given ship or infantry that we're going to build or create or hire or however you want to word that. We have 2 blue, so we could actually claim a PDS. And notice it's in that kind of Tetris shape right there. To claim these, it has to be adjacent to the line, the topmost line that has already been marked out, which in our case is that one. And then I'll show you as an example, adjacent to that could be 1, 2, and then we claim that one, 3, and then we claim that, and there we go, there's our ship. And then we would mark that out as an example. So that's adjacent to that line or adjacent to any existing node that is already built on a ship. So you can rotate, you can flip, you can do all of that. Like I said, we'd mark that out. And notice that's one of 4 possible PDSs that we could build in a given game. Infantry is unlimited. All these others are piece limited, so to speak. And the Dreadnought and the War Sun can't be done until they've been unlocked. Why do we care about this? We have theoretically 2 neighbors. We have a left neighbor from the center line and a right neighbor. Now, if we wanted, instead of building it that way, indulge me, let's say this doesn't exist. I'll try and erase it as best we can with that. There we go. We could have built it something like this, like that, to where there. Now you'll notice that we have 3 nodes on the left side, 1 node on the right side. When all's said and done, when we get a war card over here, then we're going to write down a number to the left neighbor and to the right neighbor and compare that against our left neighbor and right neighbor. In our case, that's going to be the AI, which is going to be the same number on each. If we win it, good. If we lose it, we lose points. Bad for the given sides. Okay, easy enough. And that's the gist of how warfare works. Okay, so those are our 4 boards. So realistically, we have navigation or industry to get. That makes sense? All right. Honestly, I like both. Industry would help us right now. Navigation would help us later on because it would then open up our expansion sheet. The game, I think, recommends that you start with navigation. I think that's probably the more prudent option for us. So I think that's what we do. Now, our card, the event, says we have 2 of those to influence. So influence says we can claim 1 explored system. Let's go ahead and start with resources. Points are more important later on. We will claim 1 planet, and we will claim that. Let's go ahead. Let me get try and get the terminology right on that. That is a commodity, and then we immediately cross it out. Okay, so we immediately cross it out on the industry board. And you might be saying to yourself, wait, I thought we had to only work on the navigation board. We are, but we get that, and just to remind myself that I did it, I'm just going to cross that out. And then we look over here. Down in this area is whenever we get commodities, we're going to mark those off. We just got that commodity there, so I'm going to cross it off, circle it, however you want to do it. And then once, you always have to go left or right, and once you've gotten a column, then you're going to mark that you're going to get a trade good during production. There we go, a production round. Now, we also, as y'all know, we also got a planet. Now, we could, if we want, go ahead and mark one of these planets off right now. But honestly, I think we wait to see whenever we choose, we'll wait and we can do so. And we know we can because we haven't crossed it off yet. So we're good to go on that. So we have now done part 1. I realize that was a little long for what it was, okay? So just, it's actually way quicker. Just deciding which board is a meaningful decision, and you got to have some sort of idea on what we have. Oh, one other thing. Because we are playing the medium difficulty in this, the game says medium difficulty, you mark off the leftmost of each of their tracks here, and the first 2 for, oh God, strength. That's it, for wars. So the first one is printed X, and then we mark off that one and the first one in era 3, if you will. So those will be the 4 wars, and whatever is X'd off is going to be the strength. So right now, currently their strength, their warfare strength is 2 whenever we have the war in era 2. So we want to be higher than that because ties, nobody gets it. And that's no good. Okay? All right. Sorry, Ed. All right. Who all out there has not played this yet, by the way? So now we have to roll the dice. So we will roll all 6 dice. Haven't broken out the heavy cardboard die tray in a while. So, all right. Now, we don't have any of the focus dice unlocked yet, but the AI uses them every time. So we have, that was no bueno. We have a double material, we have a double research, and we have a single influence. So let's go ahead and mark theirs off. So we're going to mark off 3 every time, depending on what it is we roll. Single material, single influence, single research, and then doubles there. So we rolled a double green, so that's there. We'll just do 1 lines, that's fine. A double material and a single material, which that's 2 votes now they have. So that is how their turn will go every round that we have a regular, let me get the term for that, a regular strategy event card, which are the cards that we have right there. Now, we, however, have these 3 dice to use. I'm going to leave those because they're dead to us. We have 1 of each. Okay, we have some flexibility. Now, we did already choose this board. We chose this in step 1 here. So we don't have a choice. We have to continue using the navigation board. Okay, so you'll notice that the navigation says red and green, you explore, AKA draw lines. Okay, so these 2, draw lines. This one, claim something. Okay, draw 2 lines. You have to expand existing lines or start from home. So what do we got? We got another one of the red commodity, and then this is a hyperspace. I'm sorry, this is just an empty space. But I would like to bring your attention to the navigation objective. This one says, claim the Mercantile Rex system and both neighbor asset systems. First one to do that, 7 points. Goal 60, remember. And to do that, for the second one is 4. Okay, so we need to mosey on over to Mercantile Rex. So drawing those 2 and then claiming something, we could claim another one of the commodities or 2 points. We could go up here and we could go like 1 there and 1 there, however we want to do that. That would give us another planet. We could work our way over here to be able to get towards the wormhole. But to be able to use the wormhole, you need a gravity drive. You can explore through wormholes. How do you get these down here, you might be asking yourself? Well, self, you can spend 3 green. Now we only have 1 green, but we could mark 1 of them off there if we wish. Or, not commodities, I apologize. Those are specialties. Whenever we unlock specialties, these can be used on any board. Those do not have to be used on the board that you're actively working. Okay? So that's useful. So if you've spent 2 green, you probably don't want to use the blue there because efficiency, right? And so that would be for the gravity drive, and each board has 2 of these little special things. Integrated economy, claim up to 2 explored small systems every time you activate the sheet. That's awesome. The small systems, again, are these guys, right? All right. I like the idea of being able to get to a second planet. However, one option is we could just go 1 to get a second planet and then draw 1 there to work our way towards Mercantile Rex. Is it a little early to go too much on the planets? I don't know. Another option is if we were to go 2 this way, this means a permanent +1 warfare to the neighbor on the right. So that's awesome. And you guessed it, neighbor on the left. These here are relic cards. The relic cards, in our last game, nobody ever got a relic. So these are powerful. These are pretty cool. So working towards relics. That's kind of cool. Obviously, we can only get through the wormhole or get to this stuff here going through the wormhole. So we have lots of options, you see, right? Bart brings up a good point. More planets equal space docks, which means focus die we can get. That is a fair point. And what does he mean on that? If you look, space docks, here you can spend planets to be able to unlock dice that way. So that's not a horrible thing. I like where your head's at, Bart. I think planets is the way to go. So yeah, warfare. He's not going to be super strong, but we're also not really terribly concerned with warfare. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, so if we're not concerned with warfare, that would, no, stay on target. There's 1. There's 2. Those are those 2 dice. Then we can claim any one thing. I think we get a second planet. So I'm just going to mark down that we have 2 planets over here to use, just as a quick little reminder for myself for that. So we have rolled. We've spent the dice. Round 1 is over. I think that kind of works. I think that works. I think that works. Okay, so now we go to the second event. Or this one, notice, is different color. But the first era is always going to be the same. The same meaning there's not going to be any negative, any vote or war, okay, any political stuff. So this, exact same. We have some flavor text there. I'll be honest, I am completely not attached to the TI lore in this one, okay? When can you spend trade goods? Yes, you can spend them anytime, okay? Do I want to use a trade? Oh, that's actually, okay. Y'all make a compelling argument. I forget that we have trade goods. Maybe we do use a trade good because we get to use it as 2 things, right? I dig it. Okay, yeah, we'll use a trade good. So we mark off 1 trade good there, which gives us any 2 things. So I think we explore, so we'll do red or green. And I like the idea of heading towards, do we head towards the relic? Or do we go ahead and grab another planet? Oh, Lordy. I think, you know what? Heading towards the relic also gets us closer to that commodity, which is going to get us another trade good. I like that idea. So I think we go 1, 2. There we go. Good call. Remind me about the trade goods, because I wasn't a big user of those last game. Okay? Exactly. I don't know what relics do, but I know I want one. I like it. Yeah, exactly. All right. So now, oh, hey, look, we have 1 of each. Okay, cool. Now, do we start looking at industry? Do we do expansion and maybe we could get and unlock a die? Less concerned with warfare. I mean, I feel like we ought to do expansion so that we can unlock a die. We unlock a planet and unlock one of the dice. Oh, really? Hold on. Is that the case? Let me double check that. I'm not saying you're wrong, Bart. But I don't believe you have to claim the empty spots. I'm not seeing any of that. Players can explore from explored, unclaimed systems. So no, the reason these exist is because there is a harder one. Let me go, called the collector. And the collector is this. You have to have 12 consecutive claim systems, so they're kind of suck with that, okay? You can expand from any line. Yeah. So, there you go. Bart was playing the heavy cardboard version. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so we have one of each. I think we go expansion just to be able to go ahead and grab our die early. I think that feels like the right thing to do. Now we have one of each resource on this. I think we claim, which die do we want to claim? You know what? Let's look at all four so we can look at these together. And a red die would allow us more scrapping, whereas a green or a blue would allow us more claiming. I mean, we want to claim a bunch of these and not scrap a ton. Oh, but this does also allow us to get out to these other dice quicker. So, you know what? I think we go, that's a tough call. Wow, you're welcome, Andrex, welcome. Oh, do we go red? Let's go blue die. Okay, so we are going to use one of our planets to claim a blue die. And the blue die is now going to be unlocked whenever we use the industry board. I'm not saying it's the right decision. I'm just saying it's a decision. Then, which of the planets do we want? Now you'll notice that there are rows and columns of different resources that we have here, right? So when you complete a row or column, then you unlock whatever it is. So let's go ahead and take a look closer. So taking a look at this planet right here, these here are essentially votes. Okay, and yeah, these are population, which are victory points. You start circling these, and these are cumulative all the way up. Sorry, not commodities. These are specialties. That and that is a specialty, as is that, as is that. This one, by the way, the bonus for the objective for expansion is cross out all resource icons on 3 planets. That's going to be a hard one to do. And here, cross out one unclaimed asset on an unlocked planet to cross out 2 resource icons there. So cross off one of these to cross off 2 of those. Or, per activation, same with this one, on each unlocked planet, cross out a material or a influence in a row or column that has a population asset. All right. Cross out resource icons on all 3 planets. I mean, this is the easiest, right? But it has the least. Yeah. And I'm looking, is there anything that we can actually complete right now? I don't think there is for one of each. Because if it has one of each, it usually has a second material. Oh no, we actually could get that. You know what? Let's go ahead and get this bad boy right there. And with that said, we have used both of those planets. So cross off that planet, we're done. All right, so now we have 3 materials. And honestly, we'll go 1, 2, okay, it's a material, a research, and an influence, but you get the idea. So now, this is a dash line. That is a commodity. I'm sorry, I did it again. That is a specialty. Specialties allow us, and those, I don't believe those have to be on the same board. No, those can be used on any board. So we could use that specialty to unlock over here, the AI development algorithm. When active, you can claim spaces adjacent to at least 3 scrap spaces for free. So if that's the case, maybe we go with this one, the red die instead, so that we can scrap more, which would get us spaces adjacent to at least 3 scrap spaces. That actually seems like a really good idea. This one says, choose any space that contains a vote space and either scrap it or claim it. And that's there, there, there. I actually really like that one. Here, cross out, right, I like that a lot. So I think we go here, and in hindsight, since we haven't actually done anything with it, go there and get the red die instead. There we go. I like that. Take care, Bart. All right. That feels good. Let's roll some bones, shall we? All right. So we have those and that for us. Then we have, well, okay, a couple of singles and double. So we have a influence, which is a vote, a single material, warfare, and we have another double, which is working towards the expansion one, which is Mercantile Rex. Stop that. I'm sorry, expansion, no, is cross out all 3. That's 9 points he's working towards with that row. Yeah, what can you do? All right. Expansion time. We have those 3 resources to mark out on that planet, or down here. Now these are, we'll just, so I don't, there we go. We have 2 material and an influence. I mean, we could go ahead and get a population, and we've used that, so cross that out. We could get another vote. We could get another vote going that way. Honestly, the one that I want is that. Which that is another specialty. That specialty could be used to go ahead and get us double resources here, that would cross those out. I mean, I'm just saying it's an option, or to be able to use either integrated economy or transit diodes. So, I mean, we have options. But I think we go that route. We can't unlock it is the only problem. Then again, the votes would be better. All right. Oh, and we have a trade good to use. Good call. Thank you. Oh. So if so, we could use it for any two of the same, right? So if we were to go red, red, blue, done. Then we mark off our other trade good. And yeah, I like that. We'll go blue, blue, which gets us that. So now, do we use it? We don't have to. I think we sit on it for right now. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That works for us. We're done. That is round 2. Here we go, round 3. First ventures. We have 3 material. Same thing. Once we get into the 2s, then stuff starts changing up, okay? Okay, so we have 3 material. One, 2, 3. Less exciting. Possibly. I think we go industry. I just think it makes the most sense. Unless, well, hold on. Just saying. 3 material gets us that, that, and that, which means we get that vote and that specialty as well. Nah, I think we go industry. I think, yeah, let's just go industry. So we got 3 material to use. So we can scrap 3. Oh, do we scrap those? Oh, that's the reason to maybe not do that right now. Then again, we do have that, which would allow us to spend up to 3 influence, which would allow us to claim all 3 of the. Oh, that's yes, I like that. So we go back. We'll go ahead and use that, and we'll use it for this. And that allows us to use 3 to go 1, 2, 3. That's awesome, which then gets us 1, 2, I believe 3, right? I need to look that up. Do we fill in the empty spot? For industry, let me check. Leftmost icon of that type in the chart. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we get that trade good. Now we need a blue one here. So awesome. Okay, so now we have 3 material to scrap. Okay. So I say we scrap that. That's 1. Two. We need blues to be able to get us that trade good. We don't need a ton of these. I know this feels kind of dirty doing this. That's 2. And you know what? Instead of doing that one, I think we cross that off. So there's our 3 scraps. Then with our AI development algorithm, it says while active, you can claim spaces adjacent to at least 3 scrap spaces for free, which means we then get that there, which gets us that. So whenever we produce, we're going to get those 2 trade goods. That just seems great. Oh, and here we go. Claim 3 commodities of each type on industry. Okay? So that's our goal on that. So we have claimed 3 yellows and now 1 blue. So we're well on our way on that one. That feels good. I like that. I'm good with that. Okay. Okay, so now roll some bones. All right, AI has 1 of each on the singles. So 1 of each. That is warfare, vote. The vote number didn't change. And a single there. Okay. We, on the other hand, have, and we do have an unlocked die, right? Right, we have the red die unlocked. So we now have those 4. I guess I can put them in a better spot. We'll put them right there. There we go. So that's us. So we have 3 scraps and a claim. Okay. I'm just saying, we could claim the red die. Oh, we've already claimed the red die. Ooh. Should have gone the other way, Edward. Gah. So, 3 scraps and a claim. Now, we could claim the red die and use the red die on a different board. Keep that in mind. Do we do that for the claim? Since we're not going to be able to yeah, we can't claim, we have no trade goods. We've used them. So do we claim the red die for up here on the navigation board? That could be somewhat tasty. So 3 scraps though, and adjacent. So we need red and we need blue. We need less yellow. Getting the green die would be pretty great. I mean, we could go like scrap, scrap, claim. Maybe. Let's see. We do need red and blue. We need a lot of red. Maybe we slow down on scrapping the red. And there's also this for the guild. If we scrap 1 of these, so we'll scrap that blue. That would allow us to claim any 2 spaces that contain 1 commodity. Oh, that's such a tough call. So we scrapped one. We need to scrap two others. You know what? I think we scrap that one. Oh, here we go. And we scrap that one, which allows us to claim that. Sorry. It allows us to claim this. And this then says, on our special, on industry, claim any two spaces that contain a commodity. Yeah, I think we do. So it will allow us to claim that one. And I want to claim one of the red ones. It doesn't have to be adjacent, right? What if we go, say, this one? So that is a red and a blue we got. So red and a blue. I want to fix that one. Okay. I like that. All right. Oh, right. The blue one's auto-claimed because of that. I'm confusing myself. I apologize. So we actually can claim one more red one. And that's what we would like to do. And the red one, we're there, red. Has to be adjacent. We've already claimed the red die. We want to be able to claim, theoretically, the blue die. But it has to be a red one that we claim. Why don't we come down here and claim that? There we go. Which that now gets us that trade good. There we go. That was it. Yep. Good call. Good catch, y'all. Okay. We are done. That felt really, really good. Okay. Here we go. Relics rediscovered. Okay. This one, same as it ever was. So we get a single green. Well, okay. Single green's not terribly exciting over here on Warfare. A single green, we have no green available there. We could start working on a blue die there, but So it brings us back to those two. A single green allows us to claim one adjacent to a crossed off space. That would get us a green die. I mean, yeah? Are we going too heavy on this? I think we go industry again. I think we do. So let's do it. All right, so we have one green, which is claim adjacent to a scrap. So we'll clean that, and let's go and get the green die here. Boom, done. Okay, let's roll some bones. Double green would be great, except there's that. So, yep, single green. So those are there. Those are ours. Okay, let's go ahead and hook up the AI. A double blue. That's cool. I like a little diversification for them. That's good. A single red, single green. Single green, single red. Well, Warfare, we're going to get our butts kicked. it looks like, in this era. So I don't even think we need to worry about that. Okay. So there's that. Okay. So that is now our die. And we come down to industry. Right. Yeah, Lions don't know the meaning of too heavy on industry. Fair. So what do we have? We have 1 scrap and 3 claims. Okay. 1 scrap. We could get and 3 claims. I mean, we could claim red, blue, like over here. If we scrap that, we get that for free. But also scrapping over here, that blue. You know what? Yeah, let's start working on this side. So we'll scrap that one. So there's our scrap. Now we have 3 claims. Oh, and once we've cleared off everything to the left of it, we actually get that, which is a point. Yay. We could go yellow, yellow, but I think we need to catch these up. You know what? Let's make use of our special ability. Instead of scrapping that one, I think we scrap this, which gives us that for free. So that's one of our claims. So those 2 dice are done. So there's the red. And now we have 2 more. In a perfect world, we could get a red and a blue. We could get a red here and we can get a blue there. Because it's adjacent to a scrap. Boom, boom, boom. That and that. Well, that seems pretty amazing for where we're at. Oh, God, we get a red die too, don't we? We have another scrap. Good call. Good call. Forgot we have a second die. Well, okay. Good call. So, you know what? I think we will go ahead and scrap that, so that unlocks all of those to be able to be claimed too. Nice. Good job, y'all. Good calls. Okay. Event time. But not. Oh, it is. Well, war. Huh. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Well, in our case, absolutely nothing. All right. Border conflict. Advance the deployment line. Okay. Then, resolve a war against each neighbor using the sections immediately below the deployment line. Well, this is going to suck. Here we go. Okay. We are not allowed to build, aka draw, anything below that line now. Okay? We lost that war, and we lost that war. Why? Because we have a goose egg there, we have a goose egg there. And again, their warfare, they're warmongers, apparently, the AI. They have a strength of 5. So those are now done. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to be in era 3. They have a strength of 3 right now, and then they start going from there. Okay? All right, so we just lost 2 points, so we need 62 points. Okay, event's done. Toward a new home, we have 3 material. Okay. So, we could go and get a cruiser, which that would offset. Now, here are the benefits. I want to go ahead and talk about this for warfare. If you win this war to the, against the left opponent, we would get that, which allows us to claim any two spaces. And that would currently put us tied if we were to build all three, and we could get either a population or a point, depending. But, well, we have to start from the baseline or adjacent ship. We have that. So building a cruiser, and that would get us a point, right? Because we currently have 3 navigation. That is an option. Another option is we could draw 3 lines and start working, again, continuing towards Mercantile Rex. We could also go ahead and, let's see, we could finish the population there, and we could finish the vote there, because he currently is at 2 votes. We are currently at 2 votes. So getting a 3rd vote would be beneficial for us. Damn. But when we roll, we don't have any use for the green up there at all. And we would have use for a red and a single blue. And that would get us another vote. That feels so limiting. So even though I want that vote, down here, however, would allow us to scrap 3 things, and then we could start hoovering up votes. I think maybe... I think we go industry again. Let's try it. This may be a terrible decision. But let's try it. Oh, also, hold on. How many, do we have 3 of each? We have a blue, and a blue. So there's 3 blue. We have a red, and a red. That's 3 red and 3 yellow. Oh, hey. Boom. We claim this. So that is 5 points. And if the AI gets it now, only gets 3. So you flip it over to the other side. Awesome. Good call there, Kim. So now we have 3 scraps. Green die, a double red, and a vote, all available to us. I think we could scrap that one. Nope, that one. There's 1 scrap. Oof. I want that vote, potentially, so that's going to be 2 scraps. Three scraps. Done. Navigation, I hear y'all, which is a valid idea. And maybe I'm going too focused on that, but I think we go navigation next time. Okay. 1 basic of each. 1. 3rd vote. There. Okay, so we need 4 votes. We have the red and green die. So we have 3 scraps and 2 claims. Okay. In hindsight, I wish we hadn't gotten the red die almost. So the 2 claims, we could claim that vote there. It's not technically a vote, it's for production, but you get the idea. So that's one of them. We could get a double red, another die for one of the other boards. Let me scrap that. Oh, what else do we want? If I scrap that, that would lock us in for double red, double blue. And I would really like more votes. I want one more. But is this the right time to do it? Or do we get another die? I think we get another die, actually. But then what do we scrap? That's the tricky part. Oh! Oh, you know what? Yep. Scrap that, and then we auto-claim that vote. So there's a scrap, and then we can claim one more. Well, that worked out. Good call. I think we claim a die at this point. And let's go ahead and claim the red die, and I'm fairly certain we're going to use it on navigation. That was nice. No, the yellow specialty was used earlier for that. So no. And I know that because it's crossed off. So there we go. Yep. Yeah, that feels good. All right. Cool. Another event. So you see the replayability of this, right? There's so many different directions that you can go. Convene the council. Well, crap. Claim one vote on industry. Oh, no, wait. Claim one vote on industry, sorry, for each unlocked vote icon in your industry's chart. Then flip and vote the stage 2 agenda. All right. Awesome. So let's do that. Yay. Reading comprehension. So, claim one for each of these. 1, 2, 3. We have 5 votes. Okay, now, why does that matter? The AI currently has 3 votes, so we're going to win. All right, now, for the solo game, the way this works, let's see, draw. Right, okay. I don't have to cast all of them, so we're going to come over here to the speaker card and how this works. And I'll turn this a little for y'all. We flip over we'll shuffle these up as best we can, shuffle 4 cards. Okay, first one, we'll go. This has a, notice it has the star icon on it. So it will go, you know what? I believe first one goes to the pass, right? Yes, this goes on to the pass. Then we draw another card here, okay, that doesn't have it, and we put it down here on the fail side. Now, it does happen to have one. Now, this is the one that we're going to use, like so. However, you'll notice that we could have drawn that one, and if we'd drawn this one, then we would have kept drawing until we got one that didn't have a, so there's 2 of each. Okay, so these aren't going to be in the rest of the game. So done. Now, we look at them. If we pass, if we choose to pass, we are forced to do the side that has the star on it. Now, if the star ended up being on the fail side, then we would be forced to choose that one. But now we decide, do we want it to pass or fail for us? And what that is whether the AI has 3 votes. If we cast 3 votes, then we fail, or less than 3, then we fail, or 3 or less. If we choose to cast 4, it would pass. So that will dictate it. Okay? All right. All right, so the pass is the player who casts the most pass votes chooses a commodity type. And a reminder, commodity type are these down here, okay, in the bottom right, okay? Each player claims 1 trade good for each claimed commodity of that type in their industry grid. Oh my. Wow. Okay, that's pretty amazing. Why? Because that would be 5 trade goods for us. That's awfully good. So passing seems likely. The fail is the player who casts the most fail votes. Choose a number 1 to 3. Each player crosses out that many claimed unspent. I don't want that. I would like that. So we're going to cast 4 votes. Okay? Yeah, so we will cast 4 of our 5. Awesome. And now we get 5 trade goods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yay! Okay. Trade goods. Those are good. All right. That is done. All right. We have 2 influence. All right. Influence is claiming. So with that said, not good here because we could, 2 points. And I'm not scoffing at 2, but no. No. Here would get us a PDS. I mean, we're going up against 4 warfare right now, and PDS would get us 3. What I'm worried about is not being able to use... Oh, but we do have a trade good, which would get us 2 things, which... We could mark off 2 things, which would get us another system. We still have that, what color die? Was it a green die that we could go there, which would allow us to explore? Okay, navigation or warfare. I think we were talking about navigation earlier. I think I could use the trade good now to be able to explore too. And then we would claim 2 things. Yeah, let's do it. So let's go navigation. We could. So we'll spend 1 trade good. Take my word for it, we are. So that one's crossed off. We have 4 left. So we have 2 explores and 2 claims. So we could go 1 and 1. I'll do it in a minute. And then the other is, let's go ahead and head down that way. And now we have 1 more claim. I mean, 2 points or a commodity. Our options are we could claim the red commodity. Oh yeah, literally that's it. It's red commodity or 2 points. I think we could go 2 points. Okay. Now, let's grab our relic. I have not looked at these at all, so I have no idea what the hell these are. Let's go, and we'll cut right there. Boom. The Quantum Core. Play immediately. For each planet you have unlocked, deploy a PDS, then unlock up to 3 planets on expansion. Well, that doesn't suck. So we get 1 PDS and then unlock 3 planets. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, so let's go down to Warfare, grab a PDS. Deploy a PDS. Now, here is something I'm not sure. I think this is a bonus PDS, so I don't think I mark any of those off. So we're currently up against Warfare 4. I really would like that. More, or do we want the red die? Like which of the 2 do we want to emphasize? I don't know. Claim 2 spaces that have a single commodity. Those are getting rarer. I actually think we go with the red die one. So it has to be adjacent to this line. The red spaces you can't build into. Those are like debris fields or something or other. So, do we get the point? Or do we... I mean, might as well get the point, right? So we will go 1, 2, 3, and 1. And currently, we're at 4 on this side. So that's the PDS. No, Bloodstones got delayed. The publisher asked us to wait until the late pledge. So we decided to wait on that. So that's all. Okay. So expansion. Claim unlock up to 3 planets. Oh my. Well. I mean, that one looks good. I'm not going to put in a ton of thought on this. That'll be 2. And let's go with the easy one, 3. Okay. Done. Good relic. And 2 points. So we'll just go ahead and kind of store that bad boy right there. Okay. So now we roll some bones. That's awfully exciting. All right. Put them there. There we go. All right. Y'all enjoying this so far? This making sense? I would think so. I mean, since y'all are helping pretty well, but 1, double, single. All right, well, that worked out pretty well. Okay. Cool. And now we do have the ability to claim a red die. From that, we could claim the red die there, and I think we do. I mean, that was the whole point of doing that, so we will get that red die there. We crossed it off there. So the red die, come on over. So what do we have here? We have, for claiming is, we can claim 1, and we have 4 explorers. We do have more trade goods, but I don't really want to use them since we already used 1. So therefore, it would only be a single, right? So we have 3 explorers. I mean, one, two, three. We can claim another planet, and a planet could be a die. One, two, three, but yeah. 1, 2, no. 1, 2. We don't have that online. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 4. I apologize. Oh my, we could be 1 step short. So we could use the, oh, do we want to go ahead and get Mercantile Rex? Oh, I just realized I was misreading this. And both neighbor assets. So that means I have to get to this and I have to get to that. Okay. But getting to Mercantile Rex is worth 7 points. So we have one more. 1. I think we go ahead and do it. I think it's worth it. So I spend 1 trade good for that, leaving us with 3. And then for the claim, we claim Mercantile Rex. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Cool. We immediately get 3 votes. That'll work. That's me trying to be cute. 1, 2, 3 votes. So here, that 2. So we have 4 right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, that just seemed too good to pass up. Nice. All right. Done. I am happy with the way this is going. This feels efficient. Redefine trade routes. Okay. Production. Claim 1 trade good on industry for each unlocked production icon in your industry chart. Space cats. Okay. So, what do we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more trade goods. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do, pig. Okay. Yes. I'm going to regret saying this, but this feels easy today. It feels like it's flown way better, and I have more, like, symbiotic stuff going on than I did in the last time I played. Border defense. So we have 2 material. That allows us for claims. Well, now that we have planets open, maybe we go up that route. And we do, oh, we didn't claim that planet, so I can't use it for a die. But if I do here, I could get extra dice to then be able, maybe that's the, I think we go industry with that, since that gives us bonus claim ones. Then again, that does grant us a PDS. Nope. I think we go industry. Yeah, warfare. No, let's stay on target. Let's go industry. So we have 2 blue, which are 2 claims. And we just had production. So I don't think I need to worry about that immediately. I mean, we can claim a red die, we can claim a green die. That just seems really good. We currently have 4 votes. I think we just get dice. Red die, green die for the 2 claims. So what do y'all think of the game so far? There we have what? That and that. And there. So we have a single blue. That's another vote. We have a double red, double green. Double green, double red. Okay. Then down here, we have red and green. That's 4 scrap and 3 claim. Okay. Four scrap and 3 claim. Well, there's 1 claim for the double red. 1, 2. So that's 1 claim. I think we go double blue there. Blue, blue. So that's 1 more, and that leaves us with 1. We could get a yellow. We could get another die for somewhere. We do have a bunch of, okay, I can scrap that, Don't want to scrap the vote, though, is the problem, to be able to claim that blue one for free. I definitely would like 1 more of the votes, I think. I'm okay scrapping that one. So that's that. I'm okay scrapping that one. So that's that. We have 1 more claim. And I do have a trade good that I can use too. I think I will go ahead and use a trade good, which will give us 3. So that will be double red, So that leaves us with 2. 1, 2. And I think I go 1 vote here. I would like to be able to claim both of those. So that'll be I don't. I will scrap that one, which gives us that. I will claim that one, which gives us that and that. And one more scrap. Think, no, 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 no. I think I just, I need 2 more reds. I can grab one of them there. So I will scrap that one there. Done. Okay. And I did mark off the trade good. Yeah, I did. All right. No, it got delayed till next week, until the late pledges open, Guillermo. So we are done there. Bustling economies. Claim a trade good on industry for each unlocked trade good. Good thing we did that when we did. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade goods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, at the end of the game, any that are unused, 2 for 1 point. So, hey, at least there's that. Technological frontier. We have a single green. I think a single green. I think we go expansion on this one. I think this one's pretty clear. Because the greens, I could make use in one of those, so I like that. Plus, we have a couple of dice that we could claim up here if we wish. Okay? Apparently, I claim an auto red. Oh, I do! Good call. Let's move that down and show y'all. Good call. Y'all are on the ball, man. That one, because of that, so we get a red. Good call. Thank you, guys. All right. All right, so a single green. Man, that War Sun I'm looking at for warfare, if we can unlock a green dude there, so that, I think we go there. Oh, better yet, hell no. That one. Durr. Okay, I like that. Okay, done. Roll some bones. So that happened. Okay, that's 3 red. Single green. He claims expansion. We'll get to that in a minute. A double blue and a single red. Okay. Okay, so expansion he gets. So expansion, he beat us to. So he doesn't get any points, but we weren't focused on that one, which was cross out all resource icons on 3 planets. That wasn't coming anytime soon anyways. I'm okay with that. So now we do have access to a green and a red die up here if we want it. I don't know if I do. So we're definitely going to go there, which will give us that. And is it crazy to think to do the war sun? If we did the green one here, it says per activation, each unlocked planet, cross out a material or a influence in a row or column that has a population. So that would be one of those, 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 one of those. That seems awfully good. Or, outside of that, do we come down to warfare and we unlock the war sun? Because then, if we get that and we use the extra dice down here, that gives us 8. Which pretty much means we're going to win every war then. And getting these, extra die, another yellow, 3 points, 3 points. I mean, that seems... Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. He gets Mercator. I did that wrong. Good call. But, so yeah. But, man, that seems awfully good with that one. So do we just punt? And that is going to be a minus 8 points if we punt on this. No, we're not going to punt. Yes. We're going to use the green down here and get the war sun. Done. So let me go back to this up here and fix that. Good call. So, wrong one. So, he's going to get it eventually, it looks like, but there we go. So he got Mercator Rex. There we go. Tee-hee. I know it's juvenile. Don't judge. So, expansion. So that was one of these used. We have 2 others. You know what? How can we get another green? I think we go 1 there. And we'll go 1 there. Do we want to use any of the... No, I think we saved the dice for the warfare. So we're done. That's it. When diplomacy fails. Well, so that happened. Advanced deployment line, resolve a war. Okay, so cannot build below that line. We have 4 to 0, so that's minus 1. And then he has... He has 5. He got that last one. So we lose both. Okay. All right, so now we're up there. Oh, well. All right, have fun, Alyssa. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Maximum yield. 3 material. Oh. And he got that before us. That was it. All right. So, we still have those to go after. And that would be 3 expansion. Not a terrible idea. Plus, we can use a trait. Yeah, I think we go navigation, I think. To be clear, we have a red and a green die. Oh, we have 2 green dice available. We're going to use one of the green dice. Yeah. Or do we go cruiser? Yeah. Use the green die. We'll go navigation. Okay. All right, so we have 3 red, which is going to be 3 explorations. One, 2, 3, and then we'll roll. We still have the, well, here, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I know what I'm doing with the red and green die over here. The red and green. I need the blue over here, though, too. So next turn, yeah, all right, fine. All right, did I just roll those? I think I did. Yeah, let's just, I have no idea if I did. There. Okay. A double blue, a double green. There you go. Now we got it. So we'll flip that one over. It already was. We're fine. And a single red. There. We have the red and green down here. Red and green. And we have no blue. That's a lot of explore, right? Yeah, looks like it. So they're all red and green. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we could go as many as 8 explore if we want. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6. Okay, so now we could use a trade good, and I think we will. So the top row is now completely used up there. And we'll do 2 blues to claim. We don't need to do those right away. Planets get us extra dice. That gets us a blue die. So there's one of them. That'll be... Oh, I can't use, yeah, I can. The space docks, when can you use that? Let me look. Nope, have to use it when you use the expansion sheet. So I still have 1 to use for that. And we have 1 other claim. The 4-pointer. That seems good. Done. Partisan maneuvering. All right, claim your votes, and then stage 3 agenda. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 votes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He currently has 4. So we have 8. He has 4. Let's go ahead and mark that. So it's up to us whether or not we want this. Okay, so shuffling these. So we have, the first one is the pass, so that. And the next one, if it has a star, does not have a star, so that one does. That will go into the fail. Okay, so on Warfare, each player crosses out all of their unbuilt cruisers. Those cannot be used. Yeah, whatever. Each player claims a trade good on industry for each war they've won. Well, that sucks. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we haven't won a single war. We are 0-4. Do we want to cross out the cruisers? No. So I guess it'll fail and I'll choose no votes. So done. That stinks. Boo. Yes, at some point, 1817. I like your chances of seeing it at some point on the channel. Desperate Measures, we have 3 red. I still need to be able to have a blue die, but do we forego? I think we go double Warfare here. I think so. Yeah, we're going to go Warfare. So we have 3 red on this one. One, 2, and we'll do an infantry, and we'll do the infantry right there. And now we'll roll. Now I feel like it's getting a lot more tense, so that's good. I like that. All right, single blue. We are in 4, right? Yeah, forgot to cross these off. So single blue, a double green, and a double red. Okay, and we have red and green down here. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's getting tense. All right, double green. So that's done. Again, I have no blue, but that's going to be a trade good. Done. And that right there is a War Sun. So the War Sun, do we want the yellow? And what is this one? This is build 6 non-infantry units. We built 1. This is going to be 2. That doesn't help us. Add 3 strength if there are at least 2 entirely. Nah, I don't like. So I think we build the War Sun over here. The War Sun will be, let's see, we're going to turn it sideways. And it will go that, there. And then there, and there. So that gives us 1 population. Hey, it's a point. So there's that. Okay. Oh, okay, good, Jess. Hi, love you. All right. And we still have all of these to use. So we have 4 red. I can't use any of those, so 1, 2, 3. We'll put a cruiser over on this side. Feels a little late to start the population game, but it's still a point, might as well. So that's, well, sorry, 1, 2, 3, like that. Done. So that was 3 material. Now we have a green there and a red. 1, 2, 3, 4. His military is currently at 4. No, yeah, it's at 4. Yeah. You know what? We'll do that one. Done. Okay. That felt good. Next event. Industrial zeal. Claim, so produce. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I did mark that off, so we're good. Okay. Next. A green. We'll go warfare again. So a single green will go there. Roll some bones. Don't mess with the trade lions. That's what I'm seeing out of all this. All right. Green, red, double blue. Double blue, a green, and a red, which now done. Okay, and we have red and green come down. Well, I have a single blue. I'll use a trade good for 2 blues. Blue, blue. That gets another war sun out. And with that, I'm going to do that in a second, though. 2 reds will go for the cruiser. A blue and another trade good will be that for a PDS. So we have a PDS and a cruiser. So the PDS will go there, and the cruiser will go 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works. And then we have a green and a red still. I'll do the red there, and a green will be an infantry to go there. Done. Oh, I did not mark the second population. Good call. Yep. Thank you. There we go. Happy with that. Next round. Limits of diplomacy. Claim votes and do the 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're in 4. He has 4, so we would have to spend 5 votes. Okay? Okay, here we go. Pass up top for earmark spending and piracy crackdown down on the bottom. Okay, what do we got? On navigation, each player may cross out any number of explored unclaimed systems to claim an equal number of explored systems. Okay. Or the player who casts the most fail chooses a commodity type. Each player crosses out all victory point assets in that commodity. No, I won't. So, okay. So this will pass. So on navigation, each player can cross out any number of explored unclaimed systems to claim an equal number of, so how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so that's going to cost me 5 votes, first off, so I'm marking those off. That's almost most of the second row. Okay. So that is I only have 2 available, though. Well, no, wait. 1, 2 for sure. So those 2 will get me that and that. Can I use the space docks for that, I wonder? To claim an equal number of explored systems. Because if so, then I could claim dice. I don't know. I'm going to say no on that to make it a little bit harder. So we'll go with that. And I'm not 100% sure on that one. I apologize. Okay, next event. Rightful claim, 2 blue. I mean, at this point, I think do I go ahead and finish up industry? Well, not finish up, but go heavy on it? I don't know that I want to. As crazy as that sounds, but it is a bunch of points. Yeah, I think we will because the points available. So we will go over to industry. So we have 2 blue, which are going to be 2 claims. I think I will claim that double blue. I will, and the second one will be that one, which will get us that and that. Okay, that seems all right. Forgot about the objectives. I should have focused on that this turn, and I didn't. Alas. Hopefully that doesn't bite me. Okay, a single red. It's now at 8 military. A single green, which now, single green, I did that again. There we go. That's not there. Okay. So he got the warfare one. Grr. They've all now been claimed by one of us. So no huge rush on that. So there's a single green, a single red I already marked, and the double blue, which doesn't matter. I had already gotten that one. So, and then over here I get the red and green die. So we're looking at, let's see, material, 2 scraps, sorry, 3 scraps, 2 claims. What do I want to claim? What is left to claim? Vote. Wow, it's mostly dice, which, meh. All right. So I'll claim that for that. One more claim will be, I don't need blue dice over there. I need red, which I already have. Up top, I don't have. So let's go ahead and claim a blue die for up top for expansion. And I have 3 that I can cross out, which might, that's a vote. That's a blue die. Don't know. A vote and a red die. Done. I don't. You know what? I do. I will use a trade good as 2 blue. Oh, God, I can't use that one, can I? I can't claim that. I can claim this one, though. I can claim a blue. So I'm just going to write. So I have a blue left and a blue. 2 blues. I can't do that one. What else can I claim? Is there any vote, I guess? Do this systematically. And that's been claimed, so I can't claim that one. That's it. So I have 2 blue, and we're done with that sheet. Okay. Okay. We are quickly approaching the end of the game. Divide and conquer. I hope I counted right. He's at 8. I don't know if I did. Advance the deployment line, resolve a war. This is War 4. I screwed this up. Right? Yeah, I did. Let me double check a moment. A moment. That's 1 war. 2, because I don't want to look at the end cards. 3 wars. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I messed that up. So he should be at 7. I apologize, y'all. Let's fix that. I shouldn't have crossed that line out. So those 2 marks would be there and there. So he's at 7. Okay, that's better. There we go. All right. So he's at 7. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's another blue die. Yay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That's a tie. So not that, not that. So, all right. So that's 3 blue dice I have. I forgot to build my damn war sun. I'm going to call that a victory, by the way, because I would have done something with it up here. I would have done, my bad. No one caught that. We'll do it sideways. Yeah. It would have been like this. And there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That makes sense. So that's 8. So I have a yellow. Okay. Forgot to mark it. Gah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Sheesh. What the heck am I going to do with that yellow? I think that yellow one will actually go here. Which claim up the 2 explored systems whenever I activate it. There you go. that'll work. Okay. So we won our 2 wars. I got a 3rd blue die. We're good. Next one. Apologize for my confusion. All right. This could be the last turn. We have one of these 2 blues is going to be the end of the game. So we have 2 blue. He currently is at 4 military. I'm at 4 there. I really want to be able to win that, but oh God, I have blue dice. I also want to be able to claim those. I have built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this or Nav, which is, they're both worth 4 points. This is worth 7. I can claim. I think Nav makes more sense. Okay, so we have 2 blue. 2 blue is claim 2 explored. That's 1. That's 2. That's going to get us that for 4 points. I have a blue die. I will use that there. Okay. Okay, here we go. He has a single blue, which, again, I marked these off wrong. A green, a single green, which gives him a double green, which fills that, and 2, which gives him navigation, but it doesn't matter. I have all 3 dice now up here. So we have blues, which are claims. Those 3 are claims and 3 explorers. I need 1 red, which will be, that's 1 of the claims. And you know what? Let's go here. That is going to get us this, which gets us that. I would like 2 blues in a perfect world. 2 explorers will be 1, 2, which blue, blue. So that's 2 of those, and those 2 blue will be 5 more points. And then I have 2 more explorers. All right, so I have 2 explorers. I guess I could do 1, 2, use a trade good, and claim that. Where is it? And that. Feels like a good turn. Is it the end of the game? A throne for the taking. Resolve a war against each neighbor. Then score your sheets and determine a new ruler of the galaxy. End of the game. So we have last war. Last war for him is 4. I'm at 4 on this one, unfortunately, so I punted on those 3 points, but I did win this one. And I got that as well. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's read them and weep. Let's see how we did. So on this board, we got that objective on the sheet. Oh, check that. We have the +1s. That's 5 and 8. So I actually did win that because 5 to 4. Boom. Yay. All right. So 2, 6, no, 8, 10, 14 points on that one. This one is going to be ugly. The objective I did not get. The sheet, I got 2 points. That's not ideal. Just FYI. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to win that, Niels. So, fair though. This one, objective. I needed to build 6 non-infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did not get it, so I got nothing on the objective. But on the sheet, I got 3, 6, 2 points. No, 2, 3, 4. Let's try this again. 4, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. And 6 is 16. Minus 4 is 12. This is going to be way closer than I thought it was going to be. All right, on this sheet, so we got the objective, and then on the sheet, we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, okay, 25, so that's 25 so far. And then for goods left out, trade goods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 of those equal a point. That's going to be 5, that's 30. So that's 35 points. 35, 47, no, yeah, 47, 61, 63. That was a fledgling domain. Here. Wow, I got a long ways to go. I thought I was crushing until I wasn't. But a fledgling domain is a victory. I'll take it. I will totally take that. There you go. All right, so let me think. Let's give some final thoughts on this. Easy to overlook a few things here or there, but overall, it's pretty easy to manage. The AI is super easy to run. I mean, it's, roll 3 dice, mark what it got. That's about as good and as easy an AI to run as possible. So huge marks on that. The voting felt really weak. Felt really weak. So that was a little weird. And in our first game, multiplayer game, Greg had gotten out to such an insurmountable lead in votes, and he had such a vote engine going that it was just, voting became trivial, like on the pass and fails, and it didn't feel great. So voting and the council stuff feels completely insignificant and underwhelming. The relics were cool. It's a shame that there was only, I guess there was one other, wasn't there, in navigation. I guess I didn't see it. I would have had to have used the warp to get to it. But yeah, the relics were exciting. I mean, they're hugely powerful. Oh, hold on. 2 more points. I forgot. So that is what, 65? Oh God, hold on. Wait, slow down. Another 7 points there. And another 2 points there. So 9, 11, 46, 60, 72. Nope, made no difference. Okay, carry on. Where were we? All right. Yeah, so where was I? Voting feels completely insignificant, and like that could have been a little bit better, I think. The characters, the different races, I guess, those were cool. You have 24 of them, so you have a massive amount of variety on that. It does, to kind of piggyback on what Shrey said recently, and just in general, people know this, it very much directs you in a, the game's not on rails because of your faction, but it definitely pushes you in a certain direction. But when you look at this, like I did pretty decent, I think at least, on 3 of the boards. One I did great on, which is the one that I focused on, and then a little bit on the others. So that felt okay. The relics I wish were, I wanted more of those, not because they were so powerful, it's just flipping cards up and you don't know what you get. That can be exciting, right? So that was cool. The way the AI works is super smooth. The warfare feels a little underwhelming, but it's fine. But overall, yeah, it's enjoyable. The last, like, I feel like the game played in the right amount of rounds, but it felt like it dragged that one last turn. Maybe it could have shaved off, but it really wasn't too bad. It was about 2 hours, give or take. And again, I'm taking my time with this. I'm interacting with y'all. I'm not rushing on this, but I think 90 minutes feels like about the right amount of time. And for a roll and write, that is excessive. But for this roll and write, it feels like the right amount of time. And does it feel like TI4? Kinda. Am I going to get this, even multiplayer, am I going to get anywhere near the same feel as you're going to get in a full game of TI4? Of course not. But is it a fulfilling game? Does it do a good job of being an interesting game in and of itself? Take the TI part of it out? Yeah, I think so. I think it's really successful in that. The scaling, and one other thing I wanted to show y'all before I get out of here, is the scaling for difficulty has to do with how many of these are pre-marked. And so I played on the medium. In the hard, it's the 2 leftmost in each of those, and the leftmost in stage 2 and 3 of vote and strength, so both of those. But again, I'm nowhere, like I scored, what, 72 points? The second level of success is 80, and the highest level is 100. Got a ways to go before I need to bump up the difficulty, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think it was really successful for what it was. It's never, no game that is a roll and write or the dice game or the card game is going to give you the same feel of the same game if that game is a epic 8 or 9 or 12-hour game. It's impossible. But did it do as good a job, better than I would have expected? Yes, fully. Is it worth getting? Well, y'all saw the playthrough, so hopefully y'all can make your own decisions on that. Worth is a tricky thing to discuss from different, I don't know. I've talked about that in the past. But yeah, overall, really successful. I think this is a winner of a game. The markers, they're great to mark, and it says give them a few seconds to dry, and like they won't smudge. So if y'all look, like it's not smudging at all. However, it is a bit of a pain in the butt. It is like you're gonna, and you don't want to spray them down. I mean, they are the like laminated, whatever, but just a paper towel. Everyone's gonna need 1 or 2 of those to clean them off at the end. I don't know if that's a negative. I would say, and it's clear, like the orange stands out really well. So good job on that. Overall, really, really happy with it. And the box size is pretty good. So there you go. That is Twilight Inscription. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate the help and the company. I always do when I do these solo streams. This was good. So thanks y'all. Give it a thumb if you thought it was good. If you enjoyed yourself, consider subscribing. And if you find value in what it is that we create here on Heavy Cardboard, consider supporting the show. It's a few bucks a month. Not a lot to y'all, makes a huge difference to this guy and to the show because this is what I do for a living. And if you think it's worth supporting, I certainly would appreciate it. Patreon.com/HCHQ. The main benefit that you get is the knowledge of supporting the show, making sure we keep the lights on and continue improving technologically here. But also, you get access to the Slack channel. It's pretty great group of folk. So certainly appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow with the solo of Pharaon. Supposed to be 11 o'clock tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. And that's it. I'm Edward. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun today. Would I add it to a collection just for the solo? That's a good question. Hold on. Before I get out of here, would I? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So I don't own the game. This is Alyssa's copy. I don't know how much it costs, but it's a good game. So you're going to have to balance the, is a solo experience, if you're only getting it for solo, based on the cost of the game, do you feel you just saw what the game provides? So depending on the price point, I would say heartily yes, or yes, or again, depending on the price point. I don't know how much it is. So there you go. Apparently it'll be available at Essence. So there you go. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. I gotta go get my my booster. So hopefully I'm not sick tomorrow to where the stream happens. All right. I'll see y'all later. Thanks everybody. I enjoyed that. Hopefully y'all did as well. Take care, everybody. Hey, I'll tell an epic roll and write experience. That feels right. I mean, it's an epic game, right? An 8 to 12 hour experience. This is an epic roll and write. When you think about it in that context, it nails it in that regard. So good stuff.